Dwight York took on a thief and won. Was he brave? Was he stupid?
Stupid.
Stupid, all right. And the Bills, PC Kerry Young, alias actress Beth Cordingley, not half as arresting, if I may say, as Superintendent Sherry Houston. That's Loose Women.
I thought it was a stripogram.
Friday. Listen to that rabble there. They'll all be off to China White tonight, won't you? They don't know where it is. It's a trendy club. Carol knows where it is.
Oh, there was a burger bar.
No. It's where all trendy people go. I've never set foot in it myself, but I bet Britney Spears knows where it is. She's set to marry again. She's had a 3-month fling. And, of course, J-Lo bagged hubby number 3 after all of 5 minutes. We know that. So we're asking today, is the sanctity of marriage what it once was, or do quickie divorces mean it's all too easy to end it? Dwight York, well, he became a father with Jordan and Scarford, but he did give chase to thieves after they stole his watch. Would you do the same? Do let us know what you think. The email address is loosewomen@itv.com. On today's panel, you've seen some of them already. I'm sitting in the hallowed territory where Kay Adams usually sits. I'm sure she'll be watching this lunchtime. Hello, Kay. I'm enjoying it. Not too much, but I am. And following yesterday's confession, it's our very own Nora Batty, Nitty Nora. Nitty Nora's better. Carol McGiffin. Nitty Nora. And a self-proclaimed battle axe. She's as blunt as a sledgehammer, really. She's lovely. Christine Hamilton. And with Wimbledon almost over, none of us care now Tim's out though, do we? Here's someone whose idea of mixed doubles is a vodka martini. It's Sherry Houston. Who can blame you? Now, Nitty Nora, I've got something for you, because after your confession that you'd caught nits from a friend's children last weekend...
I did.
Some kind soul has sent me in some little things you might be interested in.
Oh, some stuff!
It's a head lice kit. It's an aromatherapy, so it's all done naturally. You massage it in and it weeds those little nitwits out.
We have this here. We have a little comb that will take all the eggs out.
Don't you put that near my head. I don't have any next. What does it do?
It takes all the eggs out of your hair, and then you put them down there and go...
It sounds hideous, actually. It says it's revolutionary, state-of-the-art laser technology. It drags out lice and eggs.
Hey, what? What did I tell you?
God.
I'm going to keep that.
Careful where you put that.
You never know. I've never had nits before in my life. I have to say this because yesterday when I said I had nits, I'm sure people just think I have nits all the time, like kids, but
lousy.
Not even when I was at school, and that was a first at the age of 44. So I'm going to keep that just in case.
They're not as bad as
Thank
worms.
you very much.
Worms are horrible.
Worms. Don't go there. It's Friday.
Don't encourage her. Don't tell her where the worms
No, I had worms once, and I was so embarrassed. I couldn't tell my parents, and I wrote myself a note to take to the chemist, pretending it was from my mum, saying, will you please give my daughter something for worms, because we have an outbreak in our family. I was just, it was awful.
Did you have them in the normal place that children get worms?
I don't know if they spread around the family, because maybe they were too embarrassed to say as well. But anyway.
They're a good dieting aid.
I was only about 10 at the time, so it didn't really bother me.
Some people implant worms, don't they? They get worms deliberately so that they can lose weight.
What kind of worms?
Yes, they are. They eat. That's one of the problems. They eat, instead of the nourishment going into you, the worms take it. They can grow to this size. You can have a worm that size inside. My dad was a doctor, I know.
Oh, how awful.
Enough.
Let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Anyway, parents in Wales were outraged when their children were given free condoms on the streets of Cardiff. We're asking, is this a step too far or the only way to fight the rise in teen pregnancies? UK, capital of Europe as far as teen pregnancies are concerned. So is this a good way to tackle it, do you think, Christine?
No, I don't think so. I mean, school children, by definition, especially if they're under 16, it is illegal. And I think it's absolutely extraordinary if the council really were doing that. They ought to be lined up and shot. Educate them, yes, but you don't go around handing out condoms. You might as well hand out drugs and things. I mean, it's crazy.
But even if you're educating them, and it is illegal, as you say, they're still doing it. You can't be that naive to think that just because you educate them and it's illegal, they're not doing it. So surely it's responsible to give them...
No, I'm not saying, of course, they may be doing it, but what the council should be doing is putting out proper sex education. That it don't do it underage, don't in fact do it until you're in a stable relationship, etc., etc. They should not be encouraging it, I don't think, by handing out the condom. Then children think, oh, what's this? So let's have a go.
Exactly. Sure enough, they're not all doing it, and I think it sends out completely the wrong message by standing on the street saying, hey, free condoms, anyone? Go and have sex. If you haven't had it already, go and have a go. I think it's shocking, I really do.
And you've got children, of course, so you would know.
No, I haven't got children. That doesn't mean to say I don't have an opinion on it. No, honestly, I do. I
Not
think
give you a right to speak.
Not stand on corners and give condoms out, but we've had this discussion with you before, and you don't agree with it. I mean, the point is they've got to know. There's too many unwanted babies
but there's too
now.
much information as well
No,
sometimes.
too much information.
Yes, when we had that discussion before, we were talking about 10-year-olds, right?
But how?
This is not
do you
10-year-olds,
not
this
think
is
that
like
they-
12, 13
But
year
don't
olds
you
we're
think
talking
then
about
they
now.
need as much information as possible? The sexual disease is alone in this country.
But the information should be given in the school children in the context of a properly structured sex education lesson, and the condoms are just part of that. They should not just be handed out like...
But not even a lesson, probably parents. It's best to learn from your parents,
You-
isn't it? But not
the
all
parents
parents
aren't
are...
always going to
No.
tell them, are they?
I wonder what Britney's parents told her.
Oh, not
I wonder
very
if
much,
they
I
told
would've
her
thought.
about the facts of life. I do know she's at it again. She's on to marriage number 2, is what I'm talking about. She's only 22. She says she's in love. But after just a couple of months, can it be for real? Bearing in mind that she got married in Vegas and then was divorced 24 hours later. We're asking, love at first sight, is it possible? When you saw Neil, Christine, all those years
All
ago,
those
when you
years
first
ago,
set
I
eyes
know.
on him,
Yeah,
was it
well,
love at first
I've
sight?
been in love twice in my life, and both times with Neil. I'm very, very lucky. So I had love at first sight once, then we had a little rough and tumble and a dump, and then we got back together.
You had bad bowels, is that what you're saying?
No, lasted 5 years, I hope not. No, I dumped him. And then when I saw him again, I suddenly realised, oh, crumbs, you've been an idiot. This is the right one after all. But love at first sight is one thing. Brittany may well have love at first sight, that's fine. What I don't think she should be doing, especially at her age, is rushing into another marriage. She's already shown that she doesn't actually regard marriage very highly by that stupid farce in Las Vegas. So to rush into a second one is just asking for trouble.
But then some people do this, don't they? I mean, Darren Day, the much maligned Darren Day, the serial love rat Darren Day.
My
You
jungle
know that
mate.
you were your
Yeah,
jungle mate. You were in
we
the
were.
jungle with him. And I've met him on several occasions, and bless him to speak to him. He thinks he's doing good by these women because he says, at least I get engaged to them. At least I don't just have one-night stands with them. So there are some people who sort of feel...
They can't help it, can they? You know, it's
Yeah.
like J-Lo. You know, she sort of bumps
Exactly.
into someone in the street and says, will you marry me? And they get married. And it just happens all the time. And Darren Day is the same as people getting engaged.
People can't think as practical as you lot are thinking. People fall in love, and okay, they get married. And you know, Brittany comes from she's in the papers all the time. She's in that media madness, isn't she? She hasn't got that kind of, you know, if she wasn't in the media, you know, maybe she would have time to think properly like we all do, but it's all crazy, isn't it? Oh, let's get married. And
That
they're all
doesn't give her an
that's
excuse to just
rubbish.
pick up another bloke and get married and think,
Just
oh,
pick up
don't
another
worry,
bloke.
I can
She's
get
not like
divorced.
you. Don't put everything
I
in
don't
your
do
shoes.
that. She's only been married once.
I sleep with hundreds of men, person.
One time's too many, actually.
Oh, really?
I don't sleep with hundreds of men.
What is Brittany's mother doing? You say she's, you know, she doesn't know any better, she's in the media. I mean, okay, she may be thick, but she's got plenty of people around her.
It's
She's
not an excuse, though, is
no,
it?
it's not an excuse. She should be saying, look, I'm 22, I've got one stupid, ridiculous, stunt marriage behind me. I ought to be setting a bit of a lesson, not just have a love affair with him.
Were you that clever at 22? Did you think like that at 22? I didn't think
At
like
22,
that.
I was deciding I was too young to get married, so I
Yeah.
said to Neil, thank you very much, goodbye, and we got back together again when I was about 29. So I was thinking, yeah.
Well, I don't think
And I
everybody's
did a
like you
similar
then.
No, but I just think for Brittany to rush into it is just...
I don't
Well, it's up to
I
her.
don't believe she's fallen in love at first sight, you know, because they've both been very quick, haven't they? Like, you know, 2 or 3 week courtships, the same as J-Lo, really. But having said that, I do believe in love at first sight. I do believe that there is someone out there, maybe 2 people, for everyone. I think there is someone supposed to be for everyone. I do think that, but I think you're very, very lucky if you meet that person, as you have.
Yeah.
But if you don't, the sad thing is there are so many people who meet Mr. Not Quite Right and think, oh, well, maybe I won't meet Mr. Right, so this'll do.
Yeah.
And it just ends in tears,
Don't
doesn't it?
settle for second
It's
best.
a nightmare.
Oh, your mum always tells you, doesn't she, you'll know Mr. Right when he comes along. And I used to think, I don't want Mr. Right, don't want to get married. I really didn't. And then I knew when I met Martin, my husband, 2 weeks after I started seeing him, I just knew.
Within 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
And how
And he
long before
wanted
you
to
were
get married and he'd never wanted to get married before. Well, we were going to get married after 6 months because we were so sure, but then my mum was ill, so we sort of cancelled it. And in the event, we got married after 11 months. We went to Vegas. We just did it on our own, actually. And my mum, thinking I would never get married, was just delighted that I'd found someone.
You had a little quickie wedding, did you?
Yeah. But I'll tell you what, Brad Pitt's got a point. He said, didn't he, about his marriage to Jennifer Aniston, I'm not sure it's in our nature to be with someone for the rest of our lives. And he said Jennifer and he have gone into marriage on that premise.
Well, the other thing that he said is marriage
that's
doesn't
sad.
necessarily mean forever. Well, frankly,
why
who
get
the hell is
married?
Brad Pitt to say that? Marriage is an institution that's been around a hell of a lot longer than Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt, marriage does mean forever. That's what it's supposed to be. That's what the
what
marriage,
vows
that's what the
say.
vows are. If you don't want to commit forever, don't get married. Have a partnership. But for Brad Pitt to suddenly reinvent the rules of marriage as though he's God Almighty.
So you think marriage is too easy?
I think marriage is too easy.
I think marriage should be more difficult, and I also think divorce should be really, really difficult, because I think if it was, fewer people would just get married willy-nilly, because it's not a joke. You know, and I didn't get married lightly, but I do have to say, I have to admit that if I didn't, if I had not been able to have got divorced, or rather when I got married, if I'd thought divorce would have been so simple that I couldn't have got divorced, I would not have got married. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
But you do go into it and think, oh, well, if it doesn't work, I'll get divorced. And I think it should make it more difficult.
We're going to
because
divorce ourselves
then
from
you
these
shouldn't do
proceedings
that.
next. We need to go to the break, but we're going to talk more about divorce later on, because we are going to be talking about whether it is too easy. Carol certainly thinks it is. Are people just not willing to put the work into marriage anymore? And we're going to be hearing from the Bill star Beth Cordingley. She's gorgeous. She's engaged, by the way. I think she is. Well, she is now, because I've said she is. We'll find out soon. See you.
Summer of 1940, Britain faced the greatest peril in its history, imminent Nazi invasion.
We are fighting now for our lives.
Through the personal accounts of those who were there.
Courage was not going to be enough.
The true story of how close we came when Hitler invaded Britain, Sunday at 10:15.
My name is Daniel Berrington. I'm 18 years old. I live near Swindon. Something happened to me when I was younger. Something bad.
Listen to his story. Would you trust him? Do you believe him?
You were found sitting beside Mr. Towns's body, holding a razor.
I can't remember doing it.
Look at the scene of the crime. How does it seem? Full of secrets?
It didn't happen like they say it did. I can't remember the bathroom. I know you're in there, Matthew.
Look at the boy's face. What are you thinking? Is he a murderer?
Our job is to search out miscarriages of justice.
Right.
Do you know there isn't one here?
He's already been locked up. So what does it matter?
I am risking everything, my whole career for you!
Righting the wrongs of the British justice system,
Just doing our jobs.
while trying to put up with each other.
My, you have been a naughty boy.
I was trying to help.
Sarah Lancashire and Phil Davis return.
I'm the one you tell the truth to.
Brand new Rose and Maloney, Monday and Tuesday at 9.
Their lives are touched by sadness. Their hearts are filled with hope.
You just have to get on with it.
Extraordinary people
Unless you are a transsexual, you don't really know.
facing up to life in Britain today.
I just want to live a life like everyone else.
Powerful stories of courage and spirit.
You just don't think about it, yeah. Don't think about dying.
The groundbreaking series, Real Life, coming soon.
Say a word. Just listen.
If you enjoyed the pain the first time, The second time
Tate!
will hurt even better.
You stay away!
Cold Feet, Series 2, Thursday at 11.
Hello again, lovely to see you. This is Loose Women. We're going to be talking to the Bills' PC Kerry Young, Beth Cordingley, later on. She's got a gorgeous boyfriend. I wonder if she will get married to him eventually. We'll be finding out. But a lot of people get married very, very quickly after meeting their loved one, Britney Spears, we were talking about before the break, but then just as easily they leave them because it is easy to get divorced now. And Christine, you were saying, and Carol was saying, that marriage and divorce should both be made harder. But marriage, you see, I think that whole malarkey of the white wedding, the church, the cake, the bridesmaids, the grooms, the buttonholes, the bridesmaids' presents, the best man, that is hard. You
It ought to be enough to find everybody else, shouldn't it?
It's as difficult as you make it, though, isn't it? I mean, you know how easy it is to get married. I mean, when I decided to get married, we actually got it all sorted out, and it was done within a week, within 1 week, which is, you know, I mean, it just shouldn't be allowed to happen like that. I don't know how you can stop that from happening, but I just think, you know, people should think about it more. And I think if they made divorce more difficult, people would think twice about just getting married to any old
marriage more difficult. But I don't know about divorce, because some people are in situations where they have to get out of a marriage. And if divorce is very, very hard, then they can be stuck in it for a long time, and I think that's unfair.
Yeah, it's easy to get married, it's easy to get divorced. The difficult bit's in the middle, isn't it? Making the marriage work.
Too many people nowadays seem to go into marriage thinking, well, if it doesn't work, I can just get divorced. Now, that's a disaster. If they think that, they should just have a partnership. Don't make the total commitment of marriage. You can have a sort of legal arrangement about property and whatever you want to, income and goodness knows what, but don't actually get married unless you genuinely want it and feel that it is for keeps.
Because people who have had a bad marriage, as I did, people always assume that you think marriage, that you're anti-marriage. You know what I mean? And I'm not at all. I actually really believe in marriage.
Why did you even bother getting married? Why did you just...
It's a long story.
But the point is, you didn't have to get married. There was no point.
No, I didn't. But at the time, in my head, I thought...
You wanted to be married?
I thought I had to get married in order to stay with with him. Yes, I actually believed that.
You thought he might have gone?
Yeah, he actually made me believe that if we got married, everything would be all right. I mean, you know, it was always problematic, and there were always problems, and we were always splitting up and getting back together. And, you know, he actually convinced me that if we got married, everything would be fine. And so I went, oh, okay then. Like a real Dumbo. But I mean, it wasn't really me at the time. I was, you know, there were lots of things going on.
But would you do it again, Carol?
Well, I would. Yeah, I would. But I'm not planning to, and I'm not looking to get married again, obviously. But if someone came along I really thought was worth marrying, you know, i.e. a millionaire, I might think about it.
Tall, dark, handsome millionaire.
I'm joking. No, but you know, I would think about it. I believe in the institution of marriage. I think it's a good thing, and I think that, you know, more people should think about it and treat it more seriously. And people like Britney Spears going around and not being a very good role model, let's be honest, to young people, and just like getting married just like that. It's like it's a great big joke. It's not a joke.
I don't think
serious.
she sees it as a great big joke.
Well, was that
very unfair on her.
Well, I don't think she's taking it very seriously.
She's a mess at the moment. She's looking for someone, isn't she? I mean, I think she's still getting over Justin. I think he was the big love of her life, and she is a mess. I think she's just looking for some security and something.
Yeah, that's why, isn't that sometimes why people get married? Because they're looking for something, somebody to love, something. And I just think it's unfair to do that to her, because you don't know the circumstances.
She's doing it to herself.
You don't know. You know, you don't know her circumstances, and I think it's unfair. She's a very young girl.
Anyway, she's not even married yet.
She's not married.
But should she get divorced, she can just go. Should she want to get to divorce, all she has to do is go down to Tesco's now, apparently. Because
there you go. How easy is that?
£7.49, which is probably about $5 in Brittany's money, you can get a DIY divorce kit on sale at Tesco's. They they say the end of a marriage can be an expensive and traumatic time, so we're cashing in on it. But anyway, they're trying to make it easier, they say. Our comprehensive DIY kit, an easy-to-read book, will give you the essential information you need in dealing with the situation yourself. It's like those will kits you can buy, isn't it?
Solicitors are expensive. I know
They
that,
are.
having
They're
kept the legal profession going for the last
Exactly.
few years and paid for most of them to put their children through private education.
They do, and they wind
If you
people
can
up.
get out of the
Yes.
hands of a solicitor, you're better off.
Yeah.
And there's a couple in the papers the other day who ended up spending, their entire fortune was worth like 1.2 million, and they ended up spending half of that on lawyers, fighting over a divorce.
But surely a DIY
It's just
kit
a
to end a
nightmare.
marriage, I mean, that just pillories
Well,
the whole institution.
well, of course it
doesn't
does,
really?
but if you've got two, I mean, a lot of people will tell you if they're in a divorce that everything was fine until they got in the hands of solicitors, and then suddenly the two pairs of solicitors say, oh, it was his fault, oh, it was her fault, and they become scrapping. If you can actually keep that sort of recrimination and antagonism out of a divorce, if you can do it
Wouldn't it be
carefully,
good if you
quietly.
could do your own divorce then?
Well, this is what you
I mean,
can
not
with
that,
this is
that's
what the
rubbish, but I
Well,
mean,
you
if
can
you could
do it if you act like a grown-up.
And get a
yeah.
counsellor
I don't
to
know
sort
if
out.
you need a solicitor though, don't you? Because
you
it has to be
don't.
legal.
Well, we had a solicitor involved simply to draw up the separation
That's what I
agreement
mean,
that we
yeah,
had at
that's
the
what I
time, which
mean.
was, you know, probably a £200 bill.
Yeah.
Now, I could have dragged it out. If we decided not to do that, you know, not being grown up about it, as I said, we could have actually gone on for years, years and years and years. And actually, it would have been to my advantage to do that, obviously, because, you know, the fortune grew to millions and millions and millions, and instead I got barely nothing. But, you know,
still be here, though, wouldn't
I know.
You'd still be here even if you had millions.
But for
wouldn't
some
you?
probably wouldn't be here, actually. I'd be in the Caribbean somewhere on a yacht.
She would.
I wouldn't know. But for some people, two sensible, rational people, there's nothing wrong with a kid. It's like making a will. You don't have to go to a solicitor to make a will. If it's simple, you can go and buy a form at Smith's, you can do it yourself, and you save yourself a lot of money.
I get the impression that you, like me, think all lawyers are evil.
No, because I'm married to one. But that's why all these things are easy. He does conveyancing, he does wills, he does the whole lot, so that's not a problem.
Is he back doing that now?
No, but if
No,
once you're a lawyer,
right.
you're always a lawyer.
Yeah,
so,
I guess,
you just,
yeah,
you just
so
do a
he
will
can-
on the computer, you just, as long as you know
He
the
doesn't
jargon.
practice.
No, no,
No.
Lord, no, no thanks, not going back to that, no. Been there, done that, just like politics, no thanks.
Yeah.
We're now in the world of entertainment and showbiz and cheering
Aren't
people
you
up.
just, Christine? And it's lovely to have you here.
Much more fun, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Sherry, I mean, you're still married in essence, aren't you? I mean, would you consider getting divorced, or do you firmly believe in the sanctity of marriage, even though...
I believe in having happiness around you. And if you are at a stage in your life when that isn't there anymore, I don't believe in staying married because of, you know, the habit that was there. I'm not saying that's me, but I've seen a lot of marriages stay together for that reason. And I don't believe in that. I don't believe in staying together for the children either.
Well, not even when they're young.
Well, if you're going to have a home that is a screaming, shouting match, then no.
Yeah.
They're better off out, surely.
Well, they are, but you owe it to your children not to do that in front of them when they're young, surely.
They're not
I know they do.
rational,
No,
are
I
they?
know, I know.
Sometimes children actually blow a relationship apart.
Absolutely.
When you're on your own, it's all fine and dandy. You can indulge yourselves, go away for the weekend, go out for meals at night, and then children come along, and sometimes you've got work, and it can really
I
blow a
had two
relationship
friends who had
apart.
2 children, and they had big problems, and they had another baby to save their marriage. And of course,
No,
it did absolutely the
Yeah, the
opposite.
opposite.
They split.
Yeah.
So-
No,
and
no
she was
one
left
should
with
have
a
a
tiny,
baby.
tiny baby.
Well, it changes the whole dynamics, doesn't it? In particular for the woman, for the wife, because she might have been out working and earning, and suddenly, bang.
But also for the husband, because he very much takes a back seat. He was the one that you sort of ran up to the door and welcomed home, or you ran up to the door and he welcomed you home, and you
Now you give him the
went out and had a curry, whatever. But now it's just, oh, you're home anyway. But you can have them now because I've had them all day, and it does change the dynamic.
Having a baby is a
Strong
bit
relationship.
extreme, a bit of an extreme way to try and save a marriage, I
Yeah,
think.
you
But I
should
do
never.
think that people sometimes should make a little bit more effort to save the marriage rather than just rush straight down the divorce
Marriage
court.
is jolly hard work, and anyone who goes
Very.
into it not realising that is crazy. It is hard work. It's very tough sometimes.
Yeah.
You have to swallow, bite things back, and just say, you know,
But very
I still
rewarding.
love him. I still do. I promise, you know, hang
Yeah.
on in there. Tomorrow will be fine.
Who are you trying to convince?
Herself, I think. Anyway, we've all had a go at marriage here, haven't we? But we'll ask you after the break, would you be a have-a-go hero? Are have-a-go heroes brave citizens, or are they stupid, really? And we're talking to Beth Cordingley. She's one of the Bill's best-loved stars. She's used to keeping the peace, and she's had a bit of an incident herself lately. She don't know if she's a have-a-go hero, but she certainly was involved in an incident, so we'll be talking to her about that. We'll be back after the break. See you then.
What's on the box this Saturday? Starting us off, Corrie and Emmerdale join voices in Stars in Their Eyes.
Tonight, Matthew, I am going to be...
It's Roy, but not as you know him. Then at 7...
A celebration of complete idiocy.
From catapults to cowpat throwing in dumb Britain, even a safety net might not be safe. Finally, yet more transformations. In X-Men, the movie.
Hang on to something.
Things could get out of hand. That's Saturday night.
In the summer of 1940, Britain faced the greatest peril in its history, imminent Nazi invasion.
We are fighting now for our lives.
Through the personal accounts of those who were there.
Courage was not going to be enough.
And based on the real plans for domination.
We are ready.
We present the true story of how close we came and what might have been when Hitler invaded Britain. Sunday at 10:15.
Hello, nice to see you. We were talking about love at first sight before the break, and we were talking about whether we believed in it. I think most of us did, didn't we, in the end, really? I think that was the general consensus.
Like varies, you want to believe in it, don't you?
Yeah, and I think we did. That's what the conclusion we reached, I think. And Carol from Salford said, I believe in love at first sight. The guy I'm now married to was someone I glanced at while standing in a nightclub queue. I knew he was the one for me. Something just clicked inside me, and we've had the most fantastic relationship since that. Believe your instincts, says Carol. There you go. That wasn't you, was it? No.
I don't go to nightclubs. I've got one here from Gemma in Stratford-on-Avon. She says, "Hi, ladies. Thought I'd tell you about my whirlwind relationship. I met my husband on a blind date for a bit of a laugh. It turned out that he was the guy that I'd fancied since high school. I took things into my own hands and proposed to him. Well, that's what I did to Neil, so that's a very good idea. He said yes, and we've now been married for just over 3 years and have a gorgeous daughter. It worked for me."
Oh, that's nice.
I've got one here, Connie from Lady Barn. She says, "Sherry is fantastic on the show."
No, she didn't. Bless her.
Oh, sorry, anyway.
Oh, get on with it.
She's right. She's blind, she can't read, she just makes it up.
I was at an airport in Tenerife.
This
waiting
is the
to
love
fly
at long
home.
sight section.
Yeah, to the UK, when I spotted a guy working as a rep. He was the most gorgeous man I've ever seen, and we got chatting. When I got back to the UK, I couldn't stop thinking about him. So booked a holiday with his tour company, flew out there, met up again. Now we're engaged to be married this October.
I wish I had an unhappy ending one, but I haven't. It's Tracy in Cornwall. She says, "Hi, my husband and I met through a lonely heart's ad, got engaged after a week and married 10 months later. That was 6 years ago. I can recommend whirlwind romances. We've had our problems, but I think we work harder at them because people said it would never last, and we love each other very much."
That's lovely. Well, remember Dwight York?
So
he had the footballer Dwight York, Man United, had the fling with Jordan, and now she's got Harvey, a little boy.
Yeah.
Well, he's been applauded for giving chase when robbers ran off with his £7,000 watch. Well, fair enough, because he did get it back, and the thieves were caught to boot. But what if things hadn't turned out so well? I wonder if you do the same. Would you be a have-a-go hero? Would you, Carol?
Well, up until I got these notes and some of the stories from people who have done it, I would have said absolutely not. Because for many reasons, actually, I'm a coward. I'm quite scared of people. And the other reason is there's just, you know, you never know if it's going to be the nutter next who's going to, you know, who's going to kill you. And also, the other thing is if you do have a go, you can often end up being the one who gets into trouble. Because if you have a go at something, say some guy's beating someone else up and you go and beat the guy who's beating the other guy up, you know, you could end up in court. He might sue you for, you know,
But
for
wouldn't
assault.
your natural instinct
And I
take
just
over? I just couldn't walk by someone who's
if it was
in trouble.
if it was
I
a
don't
child, yeah, probably I would. But you know, if it was another, I would have to seriously think about it. But then again, you don't know until it actually happens what you're going to do you?
I think that's
But I would
the
say
to
no.
face to this.
I've had
I never
several
have.
occasions of having a go. Maybe
Oh,
I'm a nutter.
crumbs.
One of them was to do with swans, actually. I was in my car, and I was going past a lake, and there were about 3 teenage boys. I didn't know how big or how, you know, because I was quite a long way, throwing stones at swans. I stopped my car in the middle of the road, I jumped out, and I just ran, going, get out of the way! I can't tell you what I was saying. They turned out, now these, when I got to them, were sort of like 17-year-old lads, real lads. And I just flew at them. And they obviously thought I was they thought I was a mad woman, and they flew. But of course, afterwards I thought, oh, 3 of them, it was something like 7 o'clock on a summer's evening, no one else around. Was a bit silly, wasn't it?
No, because you know, I had a very similar thing on a common teenage boys, really, and they were throwing bricks at swans, and I was incensed. But the thing that made me not go out, I had my little 2-year-old in a pushchair, and I thought, hang on a minute, do I go and tackle them and take him in there with me as well? And then I thought, should I phone the police? But now you dial the police, and it takes 8, you don't know, they don't bother, to be honest with you.
No,
If you say, well, there's boys throwing bricks at swans, I don't know how far up in their priorities that would be.
Well, not as big a priority as your child.
No.
Neil and I found
but I still
ourselves
feel
in a situation where we didn't really have any choice. We'd gone to visit a friend of ours who has a very small shop, and he's a homosexual, and while we were there, a couple of gay bashers came in. This was about 8 or 9 years ago, and it's a very small shop, and they came in the door and they started making very, very offensive remarks to our friend. And then they started to get, they didn't realise that we were friends. I think they thought we were customers. And so I said to them, I said, look, you're not embarrassing us. We're friends. You know, none of this is a problem. Would you please go? You don't seem to be going to buy anything. And that was the point when I actually thought one of them was going to hit me. The whole story ended up with, they got hold of our friend and started to attack him. He got thrown to the floor. They were big guys. Neil, I mean, he's not a sort of great John Wayne type, but he went forward, bless him, and tried to intervene. He got a broken nose for his trouble. And so there I was, I got our chum on the floor, sprawled back. Neil, they both got blood coming from their faces, and these 2 guys were taking off out of the door. And I sort of thought, what do I do? And I suddenly thought, they are not getting away with it. So I went thundering down the street, shouting everything I could think of. And the hue and cry got going, and they got onto a bus, and they were seen, and the police got them, and they ended up with 6 months. But we had no choice. We were in the shop. We were cornered as well. I suppose we could have left, but you just don't know. I mean, it was idiotic.
And there's just so many thugs around, and they start so young. The only time I've ever been, you know, touch wood, quickly, I've ever been accosted was by a little kid. I mean, couldn't have been more than like 7 or 8 years old. And I was walking on my phone. This little kid starts like trying to stop me from walking along the road. Give us your mobile phone. And I'm like, no, in not so many words. Give us your mobile phone. You get all my mates over there. And I'm like, well, you're not having my mobile phone. I know it's terrible, but I kicked him. So, and then, you see, this is what I was saying. You don't know what you're going to do until it happens.
You'll be arrested when you get out of here.
I know you can't go around kicking kids, can you? Oh, it was a long time ago. You know, but he was trying to steal my mobile phone off me. He was harassing me. And, you know, the problem with kids, and they know you can't touch them. And I just thought, well, no one's looking, so I just booted him. And walked off. I know it was terrible, but I was so incensed at this young person trying to steal. You know, I'm not exactly, you know, meek. I'm quite tall and I'm quite scary. And
very scary. I was in a tube station once, and I got off the tube, and it was about 10 o'clock at night. And you know when you walk through a tube and then suddenly no one's there, and you go,
suddenly realise
you're totally on your own. And I felt people behind me, and it was 2 girls and a boy, and they were, I must have been about 15, 16, and they were coming up behind me, and I knew, you know, I was on my own, down in it, I just knew I didn't know what to do. So I started to pretend to have a fit. And I was going, like this.
How did they notice the difference?
It's true. And they started going, like this, and he was going, oh, and I went, oh, and every time he And they just left me because I thought, well,
oh, that's Sherry.
Can you blame
thing
them?
I could think of doing because I was so terrified.
It's a good defence.
I tell you what, you could have done with PC Kerry Young from the Bill down there assisting you. Unfortunately, Sherry, she is in the studio. We'll see her in a moment. But first of all, we see her in action, Beth Cordingley as PC Kerry Young in the Bill.
Have you seen Cameron anywhere?
Haven't seen him all day.
I've got to find him.
Well, what's wrong?
I've had all this time off to sort my head out and all I can think about is Cameron.
I mean, come on. And you want him back?
What we had was really special and I blew it. I shouldn't have gone anywhere near Smithy.
So tell him. Make sure he listens.
He has to listen. He has to understand why it happened. How long has Gabriel been involved in the rape case?
Since today, he's suddenly become an expert, everyone's golden boy. You know what he's like.
She mentions There you go. And Beth is here as if by magic. And you're not actually, I have to say, you're not engaged to Daniel McPherson, who plays Cameron.
He's in Australia at the moment, which is probably a good thing because he would have a heart attack. No, we're not engaged.
Or I could have worked my magic.
No, I mean, it's one of those, you know, this whole love at first sight thing. I'm a very instinctive person. I do believe in this whole, you meet someone and you think, oh, wow. But I also think, I mean, with me, I'm quite fussy. But when I like someone, I really like them. So always for the first 3 weeks, I think they're the person I'm going to marry.
Yeah.
Always.
So you're saying you're like Darren Day, really, the female equivalent?
No!
I mean, Dad's like better looking.
But Daniel started on a Wednesday at work, and we were seeing each other by the Sunday. And I seem to remember a sort of midnight conversation of me saying on maybe the Monday, will you marry me? And him going, yeah, will you marry me? And me going, yeah, but it's a year and a half later and nothing's happened. But it is that thing where I don't know what's going to happen.
I don't know. Haven't sorted it out.
Well, I don't know what's going to happen.
So you think you will marry him then?
I don't know.
He's not here, you can say.
No, I can't say because it'll be in the
It'll be in
papers
the
tomorrow.
It'll be all over the place. Because confusingly, they are having a relationship.
Yes,
in the Bill
and
as
they
well.
did get
you
engaged
and
for
Daniel.
about 5 minutes. So
Yeah, that's why I thought you were engaged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, life
People get a bit confused.
Yeah.
What's it like,
Reality
though,
and art
working
mixed up.
that closely with someone who you're actually... Do you get a little bit confused? I mean, you might have pet names at home and you might get on the set and then start calling them by your pet name. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I don't get confused, which is good because my character's been, well, she had a gay husband, a miscarriage, a date rape thing, and a rape. So
and
she's
saved
quite a
those
different character
children
to
in
me.
the sinking car recently.
Yeah. You don't really get confused, but you do. I mean, there's kind of ups and downs, isn't there, with working with your partner. Oh, that's horrible. Working with your boyfriend.
But you're both leaving anyway, aren't you, soon?
We're both. He's just left actually, and I leave at the end of the summer. But with a schedule like the Bill, it's good because you get to see each other because the schedule's so mad. But then there's also that thing where the relationship's going to change now, which will be quite interesting because we'll both be doing our own thing. So that's good as well.
Is it difficult doing sort of lovey-dovey things on the scene, on the set, with somebody that you're lovey-dovey with behind the scenes?
It was quite interesting too. We'd had this kind of...
You get carried away. If you see what I mean.
This very raunchy shower scene, which everyone was very excited about. And Daniel was very businesslike about the whole thing. And I was quite surprised, actually. I was kind of like, we're going to talk... Because you sometimes do that thing of, how are we going to use time? How are we going to do it? And he didn't want to talk about it, didn't want anything, just let's just do it. I was like, okay.
He probably wanted not to get carried away. He wanted to remember that he was doing a job.
Yes.
And this wasn't his girlfriend, this was just an actress.
And all the
Actually, it's
comments
often
behind it.
more difficult, isn't it, with somebody
I
you know
bet.
really well.
Yeah.
And then it is with a stranger because you just have you don't know anything about that person. It's over with. But if you know somebody, there's too many things you know about them. Isn't there?
Does your mum like him, Beth?
My mum loves
Your mum,
him.
Shirley.
Yeah, my mum loves him.
Shirley's here today.
Well, that's half the battle, isn't it? Hello, Mum.
No, it is funny. I always think snogging scenes are sort of... I don't know what you think. They're just weird. I mean,
I know.
they're just... It's a
Bed
weird
scenes
thing
are
where...
weird, aren't they?
Yeah, I kind of... My problem is I always go bright... Whenever I find out I've got to snog someone, I go bright red whenever I see them. Because you know how your body rebels against your head? So your head's going, I'm totally cool about this. This is going to be fine. I'm going to be like one of those cool actresses that doesn't have a problem with...
And then you freak.
People. And then they walk into the makeup room and my whole body just goes, now you're going to look like you fancy them. And I go bright red. So then it's just really embarrassing.
Do you ever practice in advance? Say, look, we're going to have to do this on the screen, on the set, so let's have a little, let's see.
Well, my character's sort of the station vibe.
Depends whether
in a
you
way.
fancy them.
So I have had to snog quite a lot of people, so I've kind of I play with it now.
What's a bike?
I
mean, I know what you mean from what you've just said.
Sort of
Station bike.
been
Tart.
with quite a few people.
Tart.
She's not, you know, not a tart, but she's kind of... There are not many men on the show that she hasn't had a little thing with.
Bike.
Haven't
You
had a
know
ride,
everything every
Christine.
day. Bike.
That haven't had a ride.
A ride. Yeah.
You've had
Oh, got it. Okay, bike ride.
Yeah, no, I've been very lucky. It's been brilliant, actually. I've been really, really lucky with myself.
Beth, you know how we say about getting art, I mean, life and art mixed up, and you and your role and you as Beth. I mean, you're a PC in the bill, obviously, but would you have a go in real life, do you think? We were talking about that earlier.
Would I have a go?
Yeah, if someone attacked you or someone attacked someone else.
It's quite funny, because it was not funny at all, actually. I had my phone taken out of my hand, so in a way mugged, but it wasn't aggressive. I was getting out of a cab on my road, and literally texting. I was texting Daniel, and someone came along on his bike and on the pavement, a young guy, and just gently took it out of my hand and carried on riding up the road. And he had two mates with him, and they carried on riding. And he and I was, you know that thing when you're stunned, you kind of go into shock, don't you?
What do I do?
And then he came riding back down the road, looked me straight in the eye, completely fearless, and I was sort of started going, "Give me my phone back! Give me my phone back!" and called my name I won't repeat.
Yeah.
And then his two friends came down the road as well, and they were like, "Oh, you're the bird off the telly," and I was going, "Yeah, give me my phone back." And I actually thought they might, because they recognised me, but they didn't. But then that whole thing you were saying about the police, because I always sort of defend the police, because...
Yeah. No, I didn't mean it in just it was my situation, wondering whether it was worth phoning them. But anyway, that bird off the telly, we'll be hearing from you in just a moment, because that bird on the telly is going to be back on the telly after this.
Found sitting beside Mr. Towns's body, holding a razor.
I can't remember doing it.
Righting the wrongs of the British justice system.
Our job is to search out miscarriages of justice.
Right.
Do you know there isn't one here?
While trying to put up with each other.
Just doing our jobs. Stop whining, Maloney.
Back for a brand new series.
I'm the one you tell the truth to.
Sarah Lancashire and Phil Davis are Rose and Maloney. Monday at 9.
You got what water pretty quickly, didn't you? Ship of your end.
Meet the crew of the HMS Suffolk.
And you are?
I'm new.
As they ride the tides of life.
If I get this job, I really want you to come with me.
I don't know if I'm ready to run away yet.
And love.
And you made the fighting over him. Got his daughter out the dark and then dumped her.
Make me feel better about our shambles I just saw.
In the Royal Navy.
The lives of civilians before you're on. No captain could ask for more from his men.
A new drama series, Making Waves. Wednesday at 9.
Hello again, lovely to see you, lovely to hear from you, Rich Loftus. He's only 16 and he watches us. That's nice, isn't it?
Yes,
And he's
good.
particularly enamoured by Christine.
Oh,
so
thanks, Rick.
Bless
Thank you.
him. But he
I'm
also
looking for a toy
believes...
boy.
Now listen to this, because he also believes that you might know his granddad and
Oh,
his wife.
no.
Bob and Janice Loftus. Not in that...
Of course I do. Yes, I do.
Who are they then?
Oh, it's a long story, but in the battle between Good and the Egyptian grocer, they're on the right side.
Oh, right, you mean how it got fired and that.
Yes,
Right, okay.
Bob Loftus, Bob and Janice, yes.
Loyal friends.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Salt of the earth, Bob. Great.
Lovely.
But you couldn't wish for a better friend than those two. They're
Oh, that's
fantastic.
nice. And it sounds as though their
Lucky
grandson's
you.
lovely too, yeah.
Which camera should I be looking at?
Oh, anyone. They'll pick you
camera
up.
too.
There you go. Thank you, Rich. Right, we're going to go to the lines proper now, because I believe Pat from Basildon is on the line. Are you, Pat?
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello. Oh, I was expecting it to be a female Pat. Oh,
no.
Pat, hello.
Definitely not.
No, I can hear that now. And you're going to tell us about your have-a-go hero incident, are you?
Yeah, I wouldn't say hero, but
Okay.
I think I've done the right thing.
Right.
I was working in a block of offices 8 years ago, and one afternoon there was a commotion. A few of the women come out screaming. There was someone getting bashed up in one of the offices. I went in there, and there was a young guy in mid-20s, had a young lady by the hair, pressing her face on the desk, kicking her ex-boyfriend. And I went and broke the fire up and threw him out, and I've been with the lady ever since.
Oh, how lovely. See, you were her hero.
Well, I wouldn't say hero. I just think anyone who hits a woman is just a coward.
Yeah.
Any man who hits a woman, that's not brave.
No, but you know, Pat, a lot of people would shy away from that sort of situation, thinking it was a domestic and that it was best left alone. What made you go in there?
Well, I was a doorman for 25 years, so I understand the. I've been in that scenario lots of times before with people, and I just don't like men who hit women. I just don't think there's no need for it.
But
that's me.
That's great, because you had a girl, you were the hero, and it was love at first sight. You got the girl as well. Got a reward.
Yeah, it was love at first sight for me, actually.
It wasn't.
I never see her for about a month, and she phoned me up out the blue and thanked me. Her mother phoned me up actually and thanked me, and it just went on from there. That was 7 or 8 years ago, and we're still together.
And meanwhile, did she dump him straight away on that?
She'd already dumped him, actually.
Oh, which is
About a
why he
month
went in
previously.
there.
He couldn't handle it because of his violence and drinking.
Well, we've heard of incidents lately, haven't we, where that takes an even nastier form if someone's got a gun with them as well. Just awful.
What a nice happy ending.
No, I know, but it's lovely, isn't
Story.
it? Pat, you are a true hero, despite your modesty. Thanks for phoning. Lovely to hear
Thank you
from
very much indeed.
All right, have a lovely weekend. Bye. Now, Penny's on the line now, and you're going to tell us about First Love, I think, Penny, from Cambridge.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah. Hi. I worked in a petrol station, and this gorgeous bald-headed bloke come in, and I was instantly attracted to him. Asked my boss if she knew him. She knew of him. Got chatting about him. That was on the Friday. He came in Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then he asked me if I wanted to go out. That didn't happen. We seemed to have lost each other in them couple of days. We found each other one night, and that's it. We're married, and we've got a gorgeous little boy.
Oh, lovely. Where did you find him that night, out of interest?
I was actually out looking for him with a friend.
Oh, right.
Now on the forecourt.
Yeah.
In a motorway cafe.
Yeah, and that was 6 years ago.
Did he say that he felt the same about you too when he first saw you?
He did, yeah. That's why he kept coming in to fill his car up with petrol, and I thought it was a bit funny how it kept running out so quick.
Driving to Scotland and back every day.
Yeah.
Round and round and round it off.
It was the bald head that did it, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Really?
Back and ready.
Big and baldy. Thank you very much. And you and Baldy have a lovely weekend.
We will do. Thank you.
All right. Thanks a lot.
I like bald heads. I think they're rather sexy.
I like them when they're really shaved. I don't like the Bobby Charlton bald head.
No.
I like them when they're sort of shaved.
Really bald, yeah. Not this stupid sort of pushover bit.
No,
You've got a few strands. No, that's
you'd never be a pushover. Right, let's go to the audience, because I want to know if any of you have got have-a-go hero stories or perhaps love at first sight stories. There's a lady on the front row in pink nodding vigorously.
My husband here.
Yeah.
He proposed after 4 days.
4
Wow.
days? Wow. So what was it about her that made you know after 4 days?
I just fell in love with her straight away.
Oh. What's her name?
Sally.
Sally, and what's your name?
Roy.
Roy, that's
And how long was that ago? A week?
A couple of years ago, and she just didn't. She thought I was crazy, and then we got introduced, and we lived just around the corner, and I got her on the wheel, and we got to the top, and I got down on one knee and said, "Will you marry me?" And she couldn't get out, so I actually had her pinned in, and we got married in March last year, and we have just had a little baby girl 5 months ago.
Great. Just in case people from London don't know, by the wheel, he hasn't got her spinning around in a cage. He means the London Eye, which is a big tourist attraction, don't
Exactly,
you? Yeah. She is lovely. She's all woman, isn't she? Very feminine.
Very.
You've been going around in circles ever since together.
We're doing all right.
Great.
Yeah. All right. Well, do you think has the baby made a difference to your relationship? Because that does happen, doesn't it, sometimes?
A lot.
Yeah, it's more hectic.
We've got 4 girls now.
Crikey.
4 in 2 years?
No.
I've got 3.
Oh, right, so you
Married.
knew anyway
Yeah.
that... Oh, well,
No, I was the ultimate bachelor. Now I'm the ultimate married man, I guess.
Yeah, you are. The
It's
ultimate
good to be
family
married.
man.
It's good to be married.
Yeah, it's lovely to
See,
be
it's
married.
good to believe in marriage, isn't it?
Thank you very much. Hey, we've finally got Carol to say it's good to be married. It's lovely to meet all of you. Yeah.
I'll say it again, it's good to be married.
You always talk a load of tops.
Hey, listen, we've heard from the
Too late.
audience today. Sorry, I've got to go. We've got to get out of the programme, you
I
see,
know, I'm
sooner or
still at the
later.
half word.
Anyway, if you'd like to be in the audience, you can call us on 0871 220 9991. Kay's back next week. Tweed Knickers intact because Lord Brocket the Rocket is on. Have a lovely weekend.
Some of our favourite soap stars will be transformed before our eyes in a Stars in Their Eyes special at 6 on Saturday night. Now though, here's Kat Deely with CD UK Hot Shots.